Tigercat 850 with the 658 head, and it's my second day. Oh, let me guess. My saw is done. Great. Anyhow, we're cutting. I've been up here running these machines for about 6 weeks now, and they are a dream. No compromise, except of course I'm not a fan of the DASA control system, electrical sensitivities, shall we say. Tigercat has added a lot of features to the control system that help to customize the way that and automate what you're doing. This one, the head is quite floppy on the last one, but this one is a few iterations newer. So in processing mode, it has basically like an auto leveling feature. So I'll harvest, but it'll bring itself back to where it thinks is best, which isn't always perfect for me, but I can understand, like, because I use my harvest to stabilize swings and to counteract some of the momentum. But for a lot of operators, I imagine this is wanted. You'll break a couple trees because of it, like small ones, but you just have to go a little slower, which is not what I want to do. So this machine, compared to the other one, it has better stick power, and it has slower head rotate and slower swing. But having that extra stick power, I can kind of transfer the energy from dropping my head into swinging, so I don't notice it as much. So we're cutting for a mill. It's been an interesting one. Mill, I believe, so they're utilizing more wood than I'm used to, and I appreciate that. At the same time, they're playing a game with the company. It's all, you know, you're not doing this, we want to give you less money, etc., etc. But at least I'm able to cut randoms and down to 8 footers. But the target is 9. So we're able to, and that introduces a whole new thing for me, which actually took a little bit of learning, which is looking down the log as I'm about, this is a good example. So this one, I'm going to cut a 9-footer before I run it out to the small top. And that, just in case, that'll utilize the whole sawable portion of the log. Also, yeah, they don't, it seems like they're actually doing chip and saw, so they are more lenient on defects to small logs. A lot of other mills I've cut for, they don't want any defects on the small stems below 6 inches or so. Because then you may not get a board out there. Now this comes at a sacrifice for the mill in cubic or board feet per hour, which is one of the ways that they make money. Because yeah, the more board feet you can produce in an hour, the better your profit margins are. But I believe there's resource usage or legislation or foresters or I don't know, the local guys. They're on them about leaving too much in the pile, and I know now we have carbon tax. So when you burn the piles, come on, little guy, I know you can do it. So that's one of the things about these Tigercat heads is they do not seem to grip the logs quite as well. Also, I'm finding that I'm not able to sort through. Oh, I can get it. peeler out of that one, or veneer as they call them up here. Yeah, so when I pick up like a few stems at a time with this head, I'm finding it like, I'm not sure if it's the control system, the like, or the design of pressures or the buttons, but I just can't seem to like feather the buttons in between the knives and the butts and the drive wheels. There's one. I probably could have gotten a little bit more out of that one if I thought I had. And so I'm really, you know, if I was doing this for longer, I might not have made that mistake. A lot of you guys in my last videos have called me out on waste, and here we have an opportunity to reduce that, because the quality guys aren't after me for having perfect logs. They will accept some defects. Yeah, so you know, this is their wood, and I cut to their specifications, and I listened to them. So in the other videos, that's what I did. I was listening to the quality guys who come out and audit my wood and my quality. So it's not like, don't get after me for it, get after the mills and trying to get their board feet per hour up in the mill so they can make higher profit margins, etc. And it does fall on. So interestingly, that one that's broken off, I can just leave that, because when I have a random between the smallest, or between a 9-footer and the other prime length, they want evidence that that there's a reason why I made that choice. So they want me to leave the defect. It's pretty fascinating, like the differences from place to place, the changes in language. But I do love these machines. Got no compromise. This one, because of the stick power, the head will drop if I move the control too much. So I would not put a new operator in this. Experienced only, please, because there was an operator here who has operated this machine, and now there's huge gouges in the window, and he did a lot of damage, and he's not here now because I got after him for it. Yeah. Producing wood is good, but causing damage wipes out all that profit. Gotta get a balance. So, right here, the deck has just changed. So I was following the deck until now, and you'll notice like it's straight going away from me. So here's straight for me down my tracks where I came from, but now the deck's way away from me. It's a little bit of a situation. So we're kind of stepping the deck over, following the track, little bit by little bit. So one of the things I do is I point my tracks down the deck 1.5 track lengths. So I'm going to move, and then I'm going to change direction just a little bit, so that it's a gradual change in the deck in front of me, and that way the loaderman doesn't have steps and whatnot. nice getting back into recording. Nice. Things haven't worked out with me for a few companies on the coast, so I decided to come up to Alberta here, finish off the season. The company I'm working for has been working out pretty good. I like the machine, I like management. Money's not everything, because Vancouver Island and Coastal, they pay a little bit better. Quite a bit, but there might be some career advancement opportunities here outside of just processing. So we'll see how things go on the coast. I'm hoping I can find another good company that pays well, because it would be good to settle down one of these days. But I mean, if I don't, I've thought about doing a little bit of consulting, maybe some training. I was thinking I'd lean into this this YouTube channel a little more. Maybe do a series for training, since so many of you seem to be watching it and gaining tips. And who knows, maybe I could become a contractor who comes, trains your guys, and then helps by what is it, like making up for the difference in production during the time in which he's getting better. Yeah, I've processed for a number of companies over 15 years now, and I've got a pretty good idea of processing operations and what makes a difference, what can be changed easily. So here we have quite a bit of rot. This mill wants 2-foot sections, so that you're not bucking a 4-foot, and then 2 feet of it is still good. So these are, the usage is important to them. It's hard on my saw though, and it heats it up. So I'm going to take a little break while the saw cools down, because while it's hot, it'll wear down faster. I hope everyone's been doing good. The industry isn't looking so great right now to our once friends down south. But hopefully it all gets sorted out. And hopefully our government will step in and give us a little help. That's what we pay taxes for. Get us through the rough times. Oh, here's an opportunity where I can utilize the wood. So cut a 9-footer and then run it out to the small top. Perfect. Alright, back at her. See, it almost looks like stain. It doesn't look too punky anymore. I think we're gonna send this in. Punky is like, if you take a knife to it and it just kind of chips off, if you put the point to it. Rot, basically. But stain is like a point in between rot, or in between, I don't know, when it goes bad and it's actually rotten. Yeah, I've got another video that I never released that I'll release soon. I unfortunately still didn't get a GoPro. I was gonna buy one here, but yeah, they didn't have one in the small town nearby, and I didn't really have that much time off, so work. Okay, so that one could have made a veneer, but no, because it had that defect at the end right here. I've got that defect. See if that'll make one. No, it doesn't. Building these decks, this one's a little bit further over to the left than I'm used to, because I've never had to reach in order to over here and have it balance on that side. So I kind of try and keep it to my track, which is, yeah, basically right there or right there, and then I try and turn it out a little bit in order to combat the deck possibly working its way counterclockwise and causing me to kick the wood out. So when you pull the wood out from the deck, you just pull it straight out, and it helps to maintain that that slightly off perpendicular. And then you just have to keep on stepping it back a few inches at a time, keeping it with your track. And that one made another veneer off the top. On the coast, there would be specifications for the amount of knots in a peeler. Like, that would not have made a peeler on the coast. But I guess here they say, you know, you gotta keep it simple, because I guess complexity is something that they have difficulties with. But on the coast, you just have to, because the whip value is so high. You have to teach them, but if they can't do it, yeah, it's a pretty zippy machine. It is faster than my last GoPro video, which was the 622 Series 3 on a Link Belt 3240. I think I like that head better. I wish it was on this machine, like even more than the 622C. For someone who likes to whip around and can handle it, having the 623 on this machine might be like, yes, this machine can handle it, but is it going to be slower to swing around? Yes. Can it handle a little bit bigger wood? Yes. So I'm always for getting a little bit larger carrier and then a little bit lighter head. Okay, nope, that makes it. Oh, you went too far. Because there's more precision involved with cutting these spruce, I'm not able to flip around as quick. That wasn't what I had. like in that poplar video, I was able to swing around pretty darn quick, and it's partly because they're randoms and don't require as many cuts. This head does do poplar better than the Ortaz though, because of its wheels being closer together, the knives being closer together. It can go over the defects in the poplar very well. This machine, compared to the last 568 video, this one doesn't seem to drive the wood through as well. So each machine is different. They're all handmade and hand-tuned. That's quite a... Up here they call it manufactured defect. But it looks 75% usage, which is what the spec is on the veneer. So we're sending it in. As they will get deducted and not be paid for part of that log. Yeah, I was thinking about taking a safety course, expanding my appeal on my resume, and you know, I'm not gonna processing forever, but yeah, I get the YouTube channel going, do a little bit of training, get some safety certifications, see where those take me. See if there's a company who might want a person who takes an active role in safety management. Good to have that safety certification, and then do like the training videos, because that would lend credence to what I say. There's also there's a school in Prince George that teaches processing. Learning that, just like becoming a Class 1 truck driver, is pretty darn expensive. But yeah, I might see whether I can do a collab with them or something. Who knows? Just ideas. Work wasn't consistent as I'd like last year. I'd like to be working more. Come on, little machine. Get to length. There we go. Close enough. That one might be rotten since it broke. Certainly isn't a pretty one. On the coast, we'd call that rough. Yeah, the other machine had like a branch rammer, Oraton would call it. But I don't see that option on this machine. That's when the wheels are slipping, and it will feed it forward and backwards in order to reset, and it'll do it automatically in order to save the operator all the buttons required. Yeah, I've been listening to some drum and bass today. This is the last day before breakup. I'm the last one working. This was a small 2-hectare block. No, I don't know what that is in acres for you down south. But at least up here in Northern or in Alberta, I'm not sure how northern this is. They're using feet, so alright. Too many short ones, eh? Well, I think that's fine. The loaderman will be able to load it. It happens. This is not what I would call an ideal cutting list for decking. It does slow you down, but that's not the first time we've dealt with weird cutting lists that are difficult to deck, is it? Have fun, be safe. Where's that button?